All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Physical Media Mac channel. And I am your host, the Physical Media Mac, the PWM, Tight White's twin brother. Shout out to Tight White's. I was about to say shout out to Tight White's twin brother. Shout out to Tight White, Goodwill Video Game Hunting, episode 178, Kuon's Kiss. An epic video, an epic movie of epic proportions was created. Dropped about a week ago. And yeah. So listen, guys, we have a plethora of trashy Laserdisc to go through. It's got to be 50 to 75 discs here. Only Tight White, only the PWM can do this type of shit. Reviewing like 75 films in under an hour. Got to do this under an hour. Went on the phone before the vid and deleted all the videos I could off there. And, you know, there's a bunch of pictures left, but it takes forever to delete pictures, so I'm gonna have to keep this under an hour, guys. Basically what I'm trying to tell you. So I need to get in and get out of this motherfucker. All right, let's get started here. Enough of the bullshit. All right, first up here, I don't know if I'm gonna take everything out the plastic. Like I said, we're gonna kind of breeze through this shit. But I'll take this one out the plastic. We have Monster Shark. Now, guys, it is slim pickings when it comes to shark films on Laserdisc. My only negative with Laserdisc is the fact that there's not a lot of shark films. You got your big four, obviously the Jaws films. You got Night of the Sharks with Treat Williams. And, you know, there might be a Italian release, maybe The Last Shark, maybe some Japanese offshoot, but again, slim pickings. So when I found this was on Laserdisc, I'm assuming this is like a Hong Kong or Japanese release. Yeah, man, I was very excited about this. This is directed by Lamberto Bava. And basically what happens in this film is a secret military experiment is going on where they create a hybrid of the common octopus with a prehistoric fish. And this monstrosity is created. And let me tell you something, man. This is super fucking campy, schlocky, and I'm all for it. Probably got terrible reviews. The shark, the monster shark. Look at the teeth on this fucking thing. Looks so badass and hilarious at the same time. Yeah, I enjoyed this one, man. This is like $100+ disc here, guys. Definitely a banger. I worked out a deal with the seller. Shot him a best offer on it. And he took it, so I got a pretty good deal on this. And yeah, man. Really cool flick right there. Monster Shark. I think it has another name too. Devilfish or some shit like that. All right. One down, 100 to go. Put my notes back in there. Put that in the back. I don't want a bunch of weight on top of it. All right, I'm just picking randomly, guys. Took some notes on some of this stuff. Some of the stuff I just didn't have time to or didn't want to spend more time on this shit. All right, next up, first watch for me. You usually don't see me pick up so much Japanese stuff, but starting off, we had 2 in a row here. We have Parasite. This has a very young Demi Moore in it. And this ended up being a really good film, and I enjoyed this a lot. I think this is Charles Band. Charles Band, and it says music composed and conducted by Richard Band. So very full moonish, obviously. And not that it's a full moon film, or considered a full moon film. I don't think it is. Embassy Pictures. No, it's Embassy Pictures. But anyway, basically this parasite, this experiment turns into this crazy looking parasite creature right here. And, you know, it gets inside of you and turns you all fucking crazy looking. and eventually kills you and spreads. And basically, this is going on in this like small town, so they're trying to quarantine it and keep it to that town because it could keep spreading and literally like this parasitic life form could take over the world or some shit like that. Anyway, I enjoyed this, man. Very like low budget, small film that feels a lot bigger than it really is. If that makes any sense. Kind of surprised at how much I like that, actually, and never heard of it or never watched it before. Yeah, man, good shit. All right, next up here. This is something I watched on streaming services a while back, and thought it was pretty disturbing to a certain extent, and that's what it's known for. It's known for being disturbing. This is one of those video nasties. It was like banned in all kinds of different countries, and it's supposed to be based on real events. Anthony Wong won. He was a winner of the Best Actor in the Hong Kong Film Awards. And but here's the deal, guys. So it's about this crazy psychotic fucker right here who works at a fish shop, and he basically like kills people and feeds the customers, the humans. Well, unknowingly, right? They don't know they're eating humans. But anyway, this movie's known for this, like, I want to say this scene where he kills these kids. Or he kills a whole family. He kills the mom, the dad, and I think there's like 4 or 5 kids he kills back to back to back to back. And it's super disturbing. When I watched I live streamed this movie, and I do not remember him killing that many kids. And that's why I think this is why this is the uncut version. I think that the cut version was, they only showed like him killing maybe the parents and killing like one of the kids. I could be wrong about that, but I just remember when I spun this laser, it was so much more disturbing to me than the first time that I watched it. I was like, holy fuck, I don't remember him killing this many kids. So that scene alone is like, if you're into like disturbing movies, this definitely is something that you might want to check out. I don't see this cover very much. When I saw this cover, my boy Zona actually was running this on a Whatnot show. I was like immediately, drawn to it. I was like, holy fuck, I've never seen that cover before. But yeah, man, got really good reviews, and the guy just fucking loses it. There's he's like, they're playing some kind of gambling game with the coworkers and I guess the owners of the seafood restaurant. He's like just an employee, and he gets accused of cheating or something like that, and just goes from like 1 to 100 all of a sudden. And next thing you know, he's like gathering them all up in the kitchen and killing all of them one by one. Pretty fucking disturbing, man. All right, that's it for that. That's how I'm keeping all my lasers, by the way. Nice plastic. Making sure I have paper. I'm buying the paper if they have the elephant condoms, because I like the paper, and storing them like that now. All right, let me get something to sip on here. All right, next up. I need to move a little bit faster. Pretty obscure film here, Terrified. Now, this is an Apex release, guys. I'm not going to take this out the plastic. Hopefully you guys don't get mad at me. I know it looks like it's not in good condition, but this is in very minty condition. I think I might have popped the seal on this one. It says, "You've been scared, now prepare to be terrified." This stars Heather Graham, and this is an Apex release. I love my Apex movies. Trying to be the king of Apex. After watching in horror her husband kill her lover and then himself, Olive's, which is Heather Graham, life becomes even more terrifying when she finds herself the victim of a violent stalker. The shadowy figure appears, ruthlessly assaulting her, then disappearing without a trace. Sex becomes her escape when police ignore her screams. This thrilling spine tingler keeps you at the edge of your seat until her brutal stalker is revealed. So basically, like, the cops don't even believe her because she keeps on calling them and they show up and no one's there. This guy keeps on breaking in the house and shit. And her friends eventually don't believe her. And so it's one of those movies you don't know if it's all in her mind or what the fuck's going on. But Heather Graham is just so stunningly beautiful. Most of the time, Heather does not get lead roles in her whole career. I mean, this is like post License to Drive, where she didn't even co-star. She's just in the movie, right? In most movies, she's just in the movie as an actress. You have Roller Girl, which this was pre-Boogie Nights, with, you know, she's stunningly beautiful in that. But this is a lead role for her, so kind of cool that Heather Graham was in a lead role. She basically, like, rapes a guy in this film, where she forces him to have sex. She, like, lays him down on the floor, gets up, pulls her panties down, jumps on top of him. Yeah, super fucking sexy. But yeah, man, cool, obscure Apex film. I would recommend it. That up there. All right, next up, not going to talk about this. Everybody knows about this. Yes, this is the pan and scan, but I don't really care, man. Just call me a pan and scan guy if you want. Doesn't bother me. All right, next up, just bought this one. Got a pretty good deal on this one. Paid like 30-something bucks for it. And it usually goes for a lot more than that. Summer Camp Nightmare. Always saw this cover on the internet and stuff. Did not really know what it was about. Was assuming that it was a massacre slasher film. It is not, which was kind of a letdown, but it's still a pretty cool film. I did enjoy it. It's basically like a Lord of the Flies type of movie, but inside of a summer camp. And I guess, you know, the budget was cut for the summer camp, so there's less counselors there and way more students, you know, attendees, and they end up taking advantage of that when this guy, which is a, it's kind of like, you know, what's the guy, Jim Jones, you know, these cult leaders that are really smart, you know, get in your minds and make you do stupid shit like drink Kool-Aid to kill yourself. He's one of those type of guys, but he's a kid, and I thought his role was pretty good. He befriended everybody, did things for them to help them out, gained their trust, and then started, you know, running game on them and making them think that it was okay to hold the camp counselors hostage, basically. And all kinds of shit happens where things get a lot worse. And yeah, very much like Lord of the Flies. Pretty cool shit. All right, next up here. Oh yeah, I've been wanting to talk about this one. So there's this talk online about, I don't know if I created it or someone else did, but I'm definitely running with it, where are widescreen movies, or can a widescreen film be considered a trash film? Because the majority of trash films are going to be full screen. B movies are full screen. So every once in a while, you'll see a widescreen film like this, and you'll be like, wait a second, it's got Ken Wall. He's been in a lot of trash films. It's got a trashy cover with fire explosions. And yeah, who knows? Maybe this could be trash. There's a very select few that can be considered trash as far as the widescreens are concerned. Drop a comment below if you know any others. I think there's a movie called, was it The Executioners? Or Sammy will know. He'll comment below on that. I can't think of the name of it. It's something like that. The Executioners or The Specialist or some shit like that. Anyway, that's considered trash. Not The Specialist. It's something else. But anyway, watch this one. And yes, I do have to say, this is a trashy widescreen film. It passed the tight white trash test. And I gotta say, I really enjoy this one. They have this totally elaborate scheme to steal all kinds of money and these $1 million paintings from a museum. And it just so happens they're all like ex-cops that come up with this plan that were all like dirty cops that were fired. And so that's why they call it Taking of Beverly Hills. They released this fake gas that they basically do this deal where a truck wrecks and this gas is released, and they report it that it's a gas that could kill you, and everybody believes it. And sooner or later, they're getting everybody, it's kind of a crazy story, they're getting everybody bust out of town that lives there so that they can have all of Beverly Hills to themselves, so they can get all the money, all the $1 million paintings, and all the shit that they're trying to get, right? So, Ken Wall in this film is a pro NFL player, and somehow he has some association with these ex-cops, and he lives in Beverly Hills. And so he's banging this one chick, and somehow when they're busing everybody out of town, they overlook him and they don't get him out of town. So he's like literally the only one left in the town to fight against this fucking militia of bad guys that's trying to rob Beverly Hills. And this one cop that's actually with the bad cops has, you know, second thoughts and ends up joining forces with Ken Wall. Now, why this is trash, there's so many like football references. Him being a quarterback, he's making all these football references throughout the movie, treating it like it's a football game, which is fucking awesome. I'm a little parched. Hold on one second. And then oh, by the way, Robert Davi's in this, trash, right? You got the guy from Renegade, the Indian-looking dude from Renegade is in this as a bad guy. He's running around on the back of a truck with a fucking industrial flamethrower, chasing fucking Ken Wall in his car. It's fucking amazing. Now, one of the other reasons I call this trash is Ken Wall and this cop, they could break into any fucking pawn shop, gun shop, any kind of store that has ammunition, bow and arrows, I mean, whatever the fuck they want. They can get any kind of ammunition because everyone is out of Beverly Hills and all the stores can be broken into without any consequence, right? What does he choose as his main weapons in this movie? He gets like liquor bottles from a bar, puts ripped shirts inside of them, lights these Molotov cocktails, and is literally doing drive-bys, throwing these Molotov cocktails at the fucking enemies. I swear to God. Unfucking real. If that does not qualify this as trash, the next thing is so implausible, so insane, so ridiculous. He finds a picture on the wall, I think it's in a bar, and takes the picture down, and it's got like all these like Chinese stars that someone was collecting, breaks the glass, collects all these Chinese stars, goes outside and starts throwing Chinese stars at moving cars and killing people while they're driving cars, killing the passenger, killing the driver with Chinese fucking stars. It is so unbelievably badass. There's no history that has martial arts. He has any history. He's not a ninja, but somehow he's a ninja in this film. It's one of my favorite fucking widescreen releases I've seen on Laserdisc in many years, guys. Ken Wall is great in it. Davi's great in it. It's a blast. Good shit. Alright, it's gonna take forever. I can't be taking all these out the plastic. I'll never finish this video. Ah! Get in there. Get in there. Okay. All right, next up, going to try to go through these fast. See what we can do here. All right, I've always heard of the Extra films, and I'm a big horror movie buff. But for whatever reason, I've never watched the Extra movies. So when I saw the opportunity to get all 3 of them on Laserdisc, I jumped at the opportunity. And I would call the first one a cult horror classic. Extra, the alien is pure evil. Solid film. I'm not going to go too much into it, but this alien this alien takes the dad hostage, a dad of this family. The UFO takes him in this beam of light, and he comes back, and he's basically been turned into an alien, if I remember correctly. Sorry, it's been a while. I think I watched these 3 months ago, or whenever I released my most recent video, or my last video. But yeah, dad is not dad anymore. There's all kinds of crazy shit going on. There's elements in this film, like it reminds me of demonic toys and stuff, and Poltergeist, where his toys are fucking coming to life. The kid's son has all these toys and shit, and they're coming to life. And I think there's one scene where I think it's a clown. His clown comes to, oh no, I'm sorry, it's a robot. His robot comes to life and it's like trying to kill the rest of the family. It's really badass. Love this film so much, man. Really good one. Highly recommend that one. 2 is not as good, but I still think this one's fun. I mean, look at that cover, man. It's fucking amazing. It's hungry and it's back for seconds. Extra 2. Pretty solid. And then this one that might be as good as the first one just gets totally fucking campy and turns into a creature feature where it's killing motherfuckers in the woods and shit. Watch the Skies. You know, when I bought all 3 of them, I'm thinking, I know one's gonna be good. I'm hearing kind of bad things about 2. I was worried about 3, and man, I had no reason to be worried. This is almost as good as the first one, if not better. So fucking good, man. There's the creature right there on the back. We're going to talk about a movie called Dark Universe today that I forgot to talk about in the last video. This is very dark universe where the alien is like killing people in the woods and shit, man. Really fucking good, man. Highly recommend Extra 3. Watch the Skies. All right. Oh my God, get in there. I can't take these out of the plastic no more. It's taking too long. Hold on a second. All right, guys, this next one was pretty good, but it was one of the weaker films that I've watched in the last, 100 Laserdiscs that I've spun. Strange Invaders. It's an alien film again. It did have some cool special effects. You got aliens walking around as humans and stuff. This guy's like ripping off his human skin, revealing that he's an alien. Which, yeah, I think we're going to talk about another movie that's very similar to that. Pretty good, nothing too crazy. And then we have Dark Universe, which Sammy reminded me that I forgot to talk about this in my last video. 1993 release here, directed by Steve Latshaw, produced by Fred Olin Ray, legend. Jim Wynorski, another legend. By the way, Steve also directed Jacko, so he's got some pedigree, obviously. And those guys have worked together on films in the past. Somehow a space pilot becomes infected with this alien spore, and his spaceship crashes in Florida, like in the Everglades, in the swamps and shit. And he turns into this horrific creature and starts hunting everybody. And it's like, he's hungry, he's looking for food, and he is, well, I'll just read it back. From the darkest corner of the universe comes an alien terror with a cold-blooded mission to conquer Earth and harvest the inhabitants as a food source. Can the world survive this nightmare from deep space? And the creature looks really cool in this film, guys. But yeah, man, this is a totally badass, campy creature feature, guys. This got terrible reviews, by the way. So I don't get it, man. You give a movie on IMDb a 3.2, and I feel like it should be like an 8 point something. But you know, I guess that's how trash is, man. Some people like trash and some people don't. I feel like it's well done. It's not a bad film at all. Really good shit, man. And it's funny too. It's got some hilarity to it. All right, I watched this one. Man, I guess this was pretty good. It wasn't as bad as I thought. It's kind of like, you know, what's the movie with Nicole Kidman, and where she's on the yacht, where the guy's trying to kill her. It's kind of similar to that, but this is more like a mystery. Our boy John Stamos here goes on a yacht with friends, and his wife ends up disappearing on the yacht. So they think that she fell into the water, but there's this whole scheme behind it that you find out. Appearances can be deceiving, deception can be murder. You know, mystery, drama, thriller, I guess you'd call it. I do have this factory sealed, so I am going to sell this in a Whatnot show. All right, a movie that I was actually surprised by. I actually enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I was going to enjoy it, because I never hear anybody talk about this. Voodoo Dawn. It's got our boy in it, the guy from Candyman, Tony Todd. You can see him on the back right there. And let me see. Without going into too many details, it's like a back of the woods, like voodoo type of film. There's a voodoo priestess chick in this, and she's warning everybody about the voodoo curse of this guy. And it basically turns into a slasher. He starts killing everybody, doing some pretty badass kills and shit. And what's this chick's name? Gina, what the hell's her name? Oh yeah, Gina Gershon. And she's smoking hot in this one, man. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, man, it's a cool little film. Kind of reminds me, it has like an Angel Heart type of vibe. It even says that on the back of it here. Let me see. A chilling tale of the dead thrust back into the world of the living. What? That doesn't even make sense. In this chilling tale of the dead thrust back into the world of the living. Okay, I get it. And for two big city college boys trapped in a steamy southern backwater, this same black magic horror is about to propel them into a world beyond all earthly help. Yeah, not bad at all, man. Actually, a pretty fun film, man. I recommend that one. I know this one gets a lot of hype and stuff, and it was pretty good, but you know what? I'm going to say this is a little bit underwhelming. I thought I was going to enjoy it a little more than I did. It's good. It's just not great. Moving on. All right. I actually thought this was a different movie when I bought it off of Whatnot. Shout out to Jay. We got in a bidding war over this, and I wish that he would have won it. Because, I mean, I get it. It's kind of good. Like, some people would love this film. I'm not going to lie. Some people would love this film. It's not a bad movie. It's kind of cool. It's all like in the imagination of this young girl. And she plays the role very good. Let me see. Yeah, her name's Anna. And, you know, she creates this world in her head. And you're wondering if it has to do with post-traumatic, you know, stuff that happened from her childhood, like, I don't know, molestation or whatnot, But it's a pretty good film. I don't know, man. I remember watching this on streaming services like way back in the day, and I didn't like it as much as I remembered. But again, I thought it was going to be another movie too, The Paperboy or something like that. I can't remember. I think it was The Paperboy. All right, this is another one that's kind of, I mean, I love the cover on this, The Visitors. And a transferred American advertising executive, Frank, and his family find the perfect house in the Swedish countryside. I love the footage where it's shot at. Everything looks badass. The house is badass. It's shot in a real location, which I like. Strange events bedevil them, and I like that word, bedevil. And Frank becomes more and more convinced the attic and its locked door are the cause. This is one of those movies where it was so underwhelming. Like, you don't see, there's so much tension brought up in the film, but yet you never see like a creature. You never see like a ghostly figure. You just never see anything. It's all like inside of your mind. And, you know, that works in some films, but you know, it became very annoying to me in this film. And then finally you do see the entity's face, and it looks like something off of Planet of the Apes or some shit. It's kind of weird. But I, I make, you know, obviously, you know, my brother Tight White makes these kind of movie-ish type of YouTube videos and stuff. So I can appreciate people like directing scenes and stuff. And even though I would say, yeah, there's a picture of it right there in the back. I don't know if you can see that. There's not a lot of room in this car, so I can't zoom it in close. But anyway, I can appreciate this director because some of the stunts and some of the stuff that happens in this film are kind of impressive. And like the final act in this film, there's a lot of craziness going on, but it's so low budget. There's like this electricity special effect that was pretty cool, and that's it. You don't get any other special effects in this movie. So for this type of movie, generally has special effects, but I guess they couldn't afford it. But I appreciate the effort put out by this director, and I don't know, maybe I'll keep it. It's a Vidmark release. All right, next up. Oh yeah, this was good. This has got a lot of dark imagery. It reminds me of like The Exorcist and shit, and like The Omen. Really cool, man. Really cool movie. Seduction, submission, murder. Tonight, evil goes over the edge. Yeah, I enjoyed this one. It's about black magic and satanic worship. 2 priests have been brutally murdered at St. Agnes Church. Now the unholy reigns, only to be challenged by the purest of mortal souls, Father Michael, believed to be spiritually blessed, is appointed to this ungodly parish. He is really the chosen one, strong enough to fight such ravishing temptation, such raw evil, or is he simply the third to die? Some say Father Michael hasn't got a prayer. Yeah, definitely reminds you, if you like The Exorcist, The Omen, movies like that, definitely check this one out. It's got some cool stuff in it. Very cool imagery. I enjoyed it. All right. All right, let's go off the top here. All right, I'm gonna take this one out because the cover's all fucked up. All right, watched this the other night. The Shrieking. I've never heard of this film before, so I had to see it. As it turns out, I'm a big witch fan, and this does have plenty of witchcraft in it. This is such a like uneven movie. Like, it's parts of it has like, I don't know, Dukes of Hazzard music, like circus music, like upbeat, like banjo fucking music, and then it gets dark, and then it goes back to that music in sequences, almost like it's a comedy, but it's not a comedy at all. There's nothing comedic about it. So the musical choices in this film, I don't agree with, but this is an odd one. And it's basically about 2 young ladies. Their parents die, and they're living out in the like out in, you know, bumfuck Egypt by themselves, and you know, in the country and stuff, in this house. And as it turns out, one of them, are maybe they're both witches, and one of them's a good witch, one of them's a bad witch, I don't know. But the older one, the older sister, well, basically, let me start over. This group of motorcyclists, starring Keith Carradine and Gary Busey and Scott Glenn, which is all pretty good actors, man, badass actors at the time. And they basically come upon this house, and you know, they seem like they're bad dudes or wild dudes and shit, like they might rape them. But it turns out they're actually pretty good guys. It's them, and it's like 4 or 5 of them and a chick, and they're all motorcyclists. But shit starts going bad where they piss off this older sister, and Nick Nolte's the first one to die. And although at first the movie was like, what the fuck am I watching? This is so uneven, and I'm not really enjoying this. They have this cool kill where Nick Nolte gets his face ripped off by a fucking owl. Now, they don't actually show the owl ripping his face off, but it's so well done. This owl shows up out of nowhere on a truck right next to him after he tries to rape the sister, the younger sister. And he's like, hey, what the fuck? There's an owl there. He's all drunk and shit. And then the owl flies away from him up on like top of a fence or top of the house and looks down at him. And then he gets the idea to grab the owl and throw it in a bag and shit. And the way they do it, the owl like attacks his face and he falls on the ground. And it's got this owl, and you can hear the fucking claws like ripping his fucking eyeballs out. That's fucking badass. I love that scene. So anyway, the group of motorcyclists, they don't know that she killed their friend, but yet they still stay there. They like bury the friend in the backyard, not on the property because his sister won't let him. She's like, you're not burying him on my property. So they bury him like a mile away or whatever. But then, okay, they don't leave then, which I would leave at that point, right? Then all of a sudden she starts killing motherfuckers. They know she's killed them, but yet they still stay there and they don't leave, which makes no sense at all. But very interesting film. This movie kind of stuck with me. I guess because I'm a big witchcraft film fan, and I don't know, I might have to watch this again. It's a Prism Entertainment film, and yeah, man, the sister like basically goes and tries to kill everybody eventually. It's very weird, but then the ending is crazy. Like that, I'm telling you, like she kills these guys, they stay, and then they're still cool with her. I don't know. It's bizarre. It's so bizarre. It's kind of hard to explain. All right, next up here. All right, I had no clue. Okay, Man on Fire. That's a Denzel Washington film that came out in the 2000s. I had no idea that Denzel Washington film, which I enjoy, was a remake of this film. Now, this is a cool film. I'm a big fan of our boy here. Oh, actually, you know what? Joe Pesci's actually in this film, which is pretty cool. Scott Glenn is what I was trying to say. Scott Glenn right there, of Urban Cowboy and all kinds of other movies. This is a good film. It's solid. Is it better than the Denzel one? I don't know. It's kind of close. I'm not sure. But it's all about him being this ex-badass and becoming a bodyguard and protecting this rich guy's little girl, and her little girl getting kidnapped for ransom. And he falls in love with the girl. They have a friendship. Just like the Denzel film. It's pretty good. I probably sell it on Whatnot. There's no sense in keeping it. All right, this is badass, man. Lorenzo Lamas, Matthias Hughes. Excellent film. Bounty Tracker. When someone has to pay, only one man can collect. And that's Lorenzo Lamas. Triple black belt Lorenzo Lamas. A swordsman and snake eater. Stars as Johnny Damone, a bounty hunter in hot pursuit of a paid assassin in this high voltage collision of martial arts masters. Damone, a lone wolf who specializes in tracking down wanted criminals with the highest prices on their heads, is horrified to discover that his brother has been murdered to silence his testimony in a major mafia trial. I'm not going to read the rest of it. Him and Matthias Hughes get down and do the dirty. And yeah, man, excellent film. This is an incredible condition. Bounty Hunter, the highest of recommendations. God, I'll never make it. How many minutes I got? All right, I'm probably gonna have to do a part 2. I thought I could do it. I can't do it. All right, man. Shout out to my boy Sammy. He saw that I got outbid on an auction and said, fuck that other guy, and fucking bought it. And I'm like, damn, and sent it to me without asking for anything. He knew a trade was going to go down, but he didn't wait to find out what the trade was. Paid for it, sent it to me. This is super campy. I love my domestic animal horror films, and that's what it is, a domestic cat that was in a test laboratory. They did all kinds of crazy testing on it and basically turned this cat into a fucking mutant. And this other mutant cat-like creature crawls out of its mouth and rains terror on everybody. And on top of all that, it's a fucking yacht film. They're on this yacht. This cat is like grabbed by one of the girls. So this rich guy on a yacht is basically, I think he's embezzled all kinds of money or whatever. They're headed to the Cayman Islands to either put the money in, to put the money in. And he meets all kinds of girls at the casino, these hot chicks, and invites them on the ship. His bodyguard ends up coming on the ship and some baddies on the ship. So you got the baddies, you got the girls. The girls invite their boyfriends on the ship, and then they grab the cats or their friends or whatever. And so you got all of these people on the ship together, and this cat starts fucking killing everybody. And then you got you know, the mob boss or the lead baddie or whatever, going at it with the kids and shit. And yeah, man, really fun, campy shit. Highly enjoyed this one. One of my favorite watches as far as like you know, pet horror films in quite some time. So yeah, man, highly recommend this one. You'll never look at a cat the same way. Cats have 9 lives, you have only 1. This is true. The Uninvited, badass shit, man. Fucking love it. All right, next up, I don't have to talk too much about this. I think everybody pretty much knows about this film, Witchboard. Love me some Witchboard, man. I love Ouija movies. Tight White's video had the Ouija board in it, which is fucking badass. And yeah, man. Oh my God. Fucking Tanya Catane is about as hot as a lead actress in a film could ever be in this film. She is at her absolute hottest age, the hottest time of her life. She's in her prime. She's a smoke show of all smoke shows. Fire is literally coming out of her vagina on every scene of the movie. I think she gets naked in one scene. I think she's in the shower. Oh my God, but she's hot with clothes on, which is, you know, it's pretty hard to believe, but she's just smoking. Beautiful face, man. Oh my God, she's so stunningly beautiful. Listen, Witchboard is one of my favorite horror films of all time. I love Witchboard. I love Witchboard 2. Is Witchboard 2 on Laserdisc? I should know this question. I'm going through my catalog of A through Z Laserdisc right now. I'm not up to the W's yet, but I'm pretty sure that Witchboard 2 is on Laserdisc, so I can't wait to get it. Fun film. I mean, this guy right here is this axe murderer entity that comes out of the Ouija board to kill everybody with an axe. What more could you ask for? All right, this is not trash or anything. This is actually a really good film. Sean Penn and Christopher Walken. I liked it. I wasn't blown away by it, but yeah, good film. He's basically this guy is like the king of the town, but he's like you know, he's a thief. He's a thief in the town. He like steals everything, And he has his own gang and shit. And his son's a little badass and shit, but his son doesn't live with him, lives with the mom. He gets kicked out of the house. Then they start building a relationship. And his son realizes his dad's a fucking piece of shit, basically. Pretty good shit. Good acting. All right, next up here we have Eric Roberts, Jeff Fahey, and Pamela Gidley, who's smoking hot in this as well. The First Step's to Killer. We got Free Fall. This is good, man. I enjoyed this one, man. This started off really slow, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this and shit. You know, it's kind of got that cliffhanger, trying to steal the cover of Cliffhanger. And they're out doing some shit out in the, you know, in the mountains and shit. It's good. It's a good film. I don't want to talk too much about it because we don't have much time here, but yeah, Free Fall I liked. Got a lot better as it went on. All right, next up, man. This is a really obscure Laserdisc, man. Not easy to find this one. The Fighter with Oliver Gruner, and Mark Singer. Yeah, man, cool stuff. They're basically like, this is like a Western fighting film. One of the best Western fighting films I've ever seen. Most fighting films can't pull off a Western, but this one pulls it off pretty perfect. And this has got the guy from Ian Ziering's in this, from 90210. It's got Ashley Lawrence in it. Well, James Brolin is in it. It's got some major... Arlie Ermey's in this motherfucker. It's got some major actors in it. It's kind of about a fight tournament and stuff. Mark Singer's like the bad guy. And then, obviously, this is the good guy, Oliver Gruner. And there's a great scene in this film where... I can't remember what the other guy is, but somebody's doing something that he's kind of showing off that he's such a badass. And Oliver Gruner sees this and walks up, and you can hear this fly buzzing around. And then Oliver Gruner does this high kick and kicks his foot way up against the glass of a saloon and pins the fucking fly with his foot. And everybody's like, God damn, this motherfucker's a badass motherfucker. But it's a fucking hilarious scene. But yeah, man, obscure film. The Fighter, I don't think that's easy to find on Laserdisc, guys, but yeah, highly enjoyed that one for sure. It's crazy. I don't even think I'm going to get through half of these discs. I mean, I'm talking too much on each disc. All right, Prom Night 3. I have I'm Prom Night complete, guys, and I love all the Prom Night films. Big fan. Prom Night 3 is when it takes a real, like, comedic approach. But I still think it's done very well. I'm not the biggest fan of horror comedies and stuff, but I feel like this one pulls it off. Really enjoyed this one. The first one is very underwhelming to me. Prom Night 2, Mary Lou, which we'll talk about either in part 1 or part 2, is my favorite of the franchise. And this 1 and 4 are kind of close, but I'd probably give this the edge over 4. The actress that plays, was it Betty Lou or Peggy Lou, does a really good job in this film. This kind of takes the approach of, let's say, what's the film? Slumber Party Massacre 2. This is kind of like Slumber Massacre Party 2 of the franchise, where it takes a real comedic approach and shit, but still works. Because I like Slumber Party Massacre 2. All right, fuck that. We ain't got time to be putting shit in plastic. Moving on. All right, next up, don't have to talk about this. Wes Craven and Wishmaster. Love Wishmaster. Got some great scenes in prison and shit. All right, guys, the prison movie was actually, the prison scene that I was thinking about is actually in part 2. And this is not directed by Wes Craven. This is just presented by Wes Craven. But anyway, the prison sequence in part 2, basically, this is a genie movie. He's like a djinn that'll grant you wishes. And when he's in prison, one of the guys tells him, you know, I wish my lawyer would go fuck himself. So he you know, makes it a wish. So when the prisoner goes and visits his lawyer's body starts contorting backwards and he starts fucking himself, like literally. It's fucking hilarious. But yeah, man, our boy is in this as well. Freddy Krueger. Why can't I think of Freddy Krueger's name right now? It's so weird. Robert Englund. But yeah, man, good shit, man. Everybody knows about Wishmaster. All right, guys. Next up here we have part 4 in the Hellraiser series, Hellraiser Bloodline. This has got a lot of different stuff going on with it. It's an origin story about the toy maker who actually created the box, and then it's got you know, this is like back in the old timey days, and it's got black magic in it. That I think this sexual demon comes out of the black magic that they're doing, and then next thing you know, it's very sexual, this film. Like the first chapter in it is all about like the sexual demon, and then all of a sudden it turns into like a space film as well. Pretty good shit, man. I enjoyed it, man. I'm a big fan of the Hellraiser franchise, and yeah. But anyway, the demon in the film that's played by Valentina Vargas, she ends up becoming one of the Cenobites. So yeah, pretty cool. All right, next up. All right, everybody knows about this one. Was happy to get this off of Whatnot. Got a pretty good damn price on this too, and that is They Live, John Carpenter's masterpiece. Really cool cover. Very trashy horror film from Carpenter here. Got a lot of trash elements to it, and oh, it's got my childhood sweetheart in it, of course. Meg Foster, Keith David is in it as well. Obviously, Roddy Piper, the legend, is in it. Everybody knows about They Live, so I'm not going to talk about it. All right, we got an Albert Pyun movie here. Shout out to the legend, Albert Pyun, one of my favorite directors of all time. Rest in peace to him. And yeah, I want to say this is his first major release right here. This is the first thing that he did, I'm pretty sure. And you know, Sword and Sandals adventure, that's done very well. I enjoyed this one, man. Highly recommend it. Really cool stuff. And it's got our boy Richard Lynch in it. He's the evil king. And who else is in this? This is definitely not an American release. It says PAL. This is a PAL release. I didn't even know you could watch PAL Laserdisc on an American Laserdisc player. Or am I misinterpreting something here? It says PAL 625 stereo. Well, anyway, I definitely played it on my Laserdisc player, so I guess you can play PAL. But yeah, really good film. The guy that I'm trying to look for the actors' names. Oh, it's got to be on the front, right? Starring Lee Horsley. I'm not sure what his name is. But anyway, the protagonist in this film is played by this you know, kind of a beefcake type of character, and it's got kind of a love story to it, which I like too. Basically, the protagonist agrees only if he can have sex with the princess that he'll go save, you know, the kingdom, and he has to rescue her dad, the king, and somebody else from this evil king. And it's got this demonic creature in it as well. Really good shit, man. Highly enjoyed that one. Highly recommend. I thought the cops were behind me. Short story here. You know, when I film in my car, I used to film close to this area in the same parking lot, but further over that way towards like in front of a church, or not a church, a hospital or some kind of clinic. And literally the police pulled over behind me and questioned me, asked for my name, ID, asked me what I was doing, like literally harassed me. So I'm kind of like gun shy over here, like a cop's gonna come up and start asking me questions again. I will leave this recording if a cop fucks with me this time. I'm going to fuck with the cop. I'm telling you right now, because I'm going to start that whole, are you accusing me of a crime? Did someone report? You know, the whole thing that people do on YouTube when they fuck with cops. I don't like doing that type of shit, but I will do it this time because I'm not going to let that happen a second time, because it was like kind of, you know, I was kind of being fun with it. I was telling the female cop, I was like, yeah, I got a YouTube channel. You want to know what my YouTube channel is? And she was just a total bitch about the whole situation. All right, next up here, we have Maximum Security. I've had this for a while. This is a really good film. New Horizons home video release. They released some badass shit. And yeah, this is a really fun film, man. Graded action film. You know, it's really quick, in and out, 78 minutes. Super badass action film. And let me see. First load of inmates have arrived at the Los Angeles newest prison, but something is terribly wrong. Their jailer is an international terrorist, and a thermonuclear bomb is ticking in the basement. With the real warden and skeleton crew guards shot dead, it is up to the inmates, 4 hardened criminals, and an unjustly convicted policeman, Mace Riker, Paul Mitchell Robinson. So he's the wrongly committed cop and stuff inside a prison with all these fucking criminals and shit, and he's got to like join forces with them. It's a badass film. Highly recommend. Maximum Security. All right, next up, I got a bunch of the Psycho films. I won't talk too much about them because everybody knows about them. I'm a big Psycho franchise film fan. I enjoyed all of them, to be honest with you. And will I be able to find all of them? Probably not. Let me see. That would be too easy just to find them real quick, right? All right, you know what? I don't have. That's right. The original is like an old black and white release, and I showed off the remake to that one, which is a Gus Van Sant film, in the last video, I believe. So let me just show you the sequels. So we have Psycho 2. Cool film. I think that was made like what? How many years later? That was made 22 years later after the original, which makes it pretty fucking cool, man. And then then they started releasing them like right one after another. We have Psycho 3. Love the continuity in this franchise. You know, I gotta mention this has Jennifer Tilly in it. Super hot, smoking Jennifer Tilly in it. Psycho 3. It's got a pretty girl in it too, with the short blonde hair. Kind of reminds me of the girl from the first film. And then we have Psycho 4. You know, definitely not as good as the other ones, but it does an origin story, so you get to learn about how shitty his fucking mother was to him when he was a kid. Yeah, man, pretty fucking cool to see the origin story, and him, like, I think even killing people as a kid. But yeah, man, cool shit. So that's the Psycho films. We got through that pretty fast. What we got here? I don't know how many minutes I got left. All right, man. I had high hopes for this. And it was good. I just didn't feel like it was as good as it could have been. Pretty fucking obscure Laserdisc. Hijacked Flight 285. And it's got... and this is just in terrible condition, the cover on this one. But it's hard to get, so I just got it because, you know, I might not see it down the road for this price. It's got James Brolin. He's the plane, he's flying the plane. Ali Sheedy's in it for Breakfast Club, and then you got Anthony Michael Hall, who is a terrorist. Which, you know, it seems like it would be the greatest thing ever, right? But it's pretty good. It's not as good as I thought it was going to be. But, yeah, man. It's fun. One man with a bomb playing a deadly game. 2 federal agents reunited for their most dangerous mission. 250 passengers with their life at stake. And Ally Sheedy destroys Anthony Michael Hall with her dandruff. That's how she stops the terrorist attack. That's a joke. You know, Breakfast Club, she was doing the dandruff thing. All right, next up here. Speaking of prom night, we got Prom Night 4. I enjoyed this one. It's a lot more darker than the other prom night films. This is very serious. There's no comedy with this one. And I love the weapon he uses. You don't get to see it, I don't think, here, though. Or do you? No, they should be showing off that weapon. It's like you pull it out of the cross. It's like this giant like dagger that you pull out of the cross. And it looks badass. You can see he's cutting someone's head off right there in the car. I think in this one, let me see, a maniacal killer stalks two young couples on the night of their prom in this fourth installment of the hit prom night series. After 33 years of captivity, a possessed man who is evil. Oh yeah, they locked this guy who's possessed, this priest, in the fucking dungeons of this church, right? And the main priest dies, and like the younger priest, before he dies, he shows him and says, you have to protect over him and make sure he never escapes. Of course, the younger priest allows him to mistakenly, and then he goes on this killing spree. It turns into a slasher film. Yeah, good shit, man. I highly recommend it. I need to watch the first prom night again, but I'm pretty sure the first prom night is pretty underwhelming compared to all the rest of them. It's one of those franchises that got better with each release. Oh shit, there's a cop passing by. He just went down the street though. He passed me by, thank God. All right, next up, let me see what time I have on the clock here. All right, I only got 12 minutes left, and I think we're getting through at least half of this stuff, so that's good. Maybe even more. Okay, a movie that I've never seen before and actually really liked, Blood Moon. I think this takes place in like a college campus, and this maniacal killer is on the loose, and people end up, you know, being dead. And he uses a barbed wire fucking tool that I think he's made. It's got like these handles on it, and it has barbed wire, and he fucking puts it around people's necks and like rip people's heads off. It's fucking badass. Really cool weapon that you do not see in horror films that much. So that was really original. And yeah, man, the last full moon you'll ever see. And I don't think this had werewolf elements, did it? No, I don't think so. I think it's just straight up, you know, serial killer fucking, you know, college campus film. Pretty solid, man. Definitely recommend that one. I'm gonna have a lot of cleaning up to do. All right, next up here. I'm gonna talk about that one next time because I don't remember too much from that movie. I'll talk about that in my part 2. Let me do something easy here. All right, next up here we have Mutant Species. Now, I'm all about breeders and fucking, what's the other movie? I can't think of it right now. But creature features that are obscure on Laserdisc, I need to own them all. And here's another one. Very happy picking this one up. It's got the B icon Ted Pryor starring in it. Or not, well, it's funny. It's like he becomes the star in the film, but it's so odd. His name is not even mentioned on the fucking cover. His brother directed the damn film, but his name is mentioned on the back. But he is like the protagonist in the film, the main protagonist. But you have all these like big actors. Wilford Brimley. You know it's going to be good if it's got Wilford Brimley in it. Leo Rossi. He's another big actor. And Powers Booth, obviously, as well. So, you know, solid actors in it. It's a 1995 film. And, you know, you got to remember, David Pryor, the director, co-founded AIP, which, you know, AIP is fucking legendary, right? And, but yeah, anyway, they're like, you know, it's like this, you know, flight mission where they're like transporting this, you know, this biological weapon, and they end up crashing, and the crew goes out to, you know, to find out what's going on, where they're at and stuff, to figure everything out. And they need to find, I think they parachute out of the, they parachute out of it before it crashes, and they got to find the crash site, and this biological weapon, chemical or whatever the fuck is, you know, it's like a big deal with the government and shit. So the government has this plan in place in case something like this happens. And as it turns out, the plan is for Leo Rossi, who's the main guy, the sergeant or whatever. He basically lines everybody up, tricks them and shit, and kills all of them. And it's, you know, it's a spoiler, but it happens early on in the movie, so it's not too much of a spoiler. And but he doesn't kill Ted Pryor. He thinks he kills Ted Pryor, and then he becomes infected, Leo Rossi, by the biological weapon because it's leaking. And it turns him into, the biological weapon is, they're trying to create these creatures in the military to fight wars and stuff. So he turns into this hideous fucking creature, and Ted Pryor meets this wife and her son that are out in the woods. They have a cabin out there, and they join forces, and then it's them against this fucking creature. Really good film. I enjoyed it, man. The creature in it is pretty badass looking. He kind of looks hilarious at times as well. He's kind of funny, but yeah, I think he's also looks good. He's constantly has slime coming from his mouth, which is really badass. I enjoyed that. I enjoy him a lot, and the cops is fucking coming around. I'm telling you right now, the cops swarming back this way. How many minutes I got left? All right, hold on, I'm gonna pause. All right, sorry about that, guys. The cop is like roaming around the parking lot now, fucking with me. I've done nothing illegal. I have nothing to worry about. All right, check it out, guys. So next up here, okay, this is gonna be the worst Laserdisc. Let me think before I say this. This is gonna be, yeah, I think this is the worst Laserdisc that I've watched. Very disappointed by this one. Obviously, Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds is one of the greatest, you know, animal horror films of all time, or just horror films in general of all time, and or nature fights back type of films. You know, you don't expect to get the original in this film, right? But where they went wrong was they should have made this a B trashy fucking film, but they decided to take itself seriously. And I would have to say that the first like hour and 10 minutes of this movie is literally unwatchable. You know, I should have showed The Whispering before I showed this film. This would make a little more sense. The Whispering is the other movie that's so bad, but this movie makes The Whispering look like Godfather 2. It's got all this like melodrama about his relationship with his wife, and I just don't give a fuck. I want to see birds ripping out humans' eyes, and it's all about this drama. It's like a soap opera. It's so bad. And then finally, the final act comes, and you see some good shit, and you're like, oh my God, finally they're giving me something to be happy that I'm sitting down in front of this TV watching this lame piece of shit. And then after that, it hits you with the worst ending to a movie of all time, and just cements itself as one of the worst Laserdiscs I've ever watched. It's just horrible. All right, next up here. Oh, let's do this one. So, Prom Night franchise. This is absolutely the best of the Prom Night franchise. 1987 Canadian horror film. It's got Michael Ironside in it. Wendy Lyon does such a great job in this film. This one had some condition issues, but I got a really good price on it off of eBay. Been wanting this for so long. It's just like takes the first film, the concepts of the first film, and it's like on steroids. It throws everything at you. It turns into like a great slasher film. Michael Ironside does something in the school where he catches a girl on fire that cheated on him while she's up getting the crown and he's up in the rafters and shit, kind of like Carrie, but he throws like a what is it, like a Molotov fart bomb or some shit, some kind of device and shit, and something goes wrong. He ends up catching the stage on fire and catches her on fire and ends up killing her. And so that's where the madness starts. It says in 1957, Mary Lou Mahoney went up in flames. Now she's back and she's burning mad. This is the perfect blend of comedy and horror. Mostly horror with just just laced with comedy, but yeah, it's not even close. This is way better than the other prom night films. So much fun, and I highly recommend, man. And look at that cover. I mean, the cover is just iconic. All right, guys, I think that's it. That's good for part 1. I will do part 2 next weekend, and I'll see you guys then. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. I appreciate you guys for checking out the video. Sorry I had to rush through some of these and stumbling over my words, but you know, it is what it is. Hopefully you guys got some enjoyment out of it and learned about some Laserdiscs that you need to check out. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. I'll see you next Saturday or Sunday.